It is past midnight, and you are standing in front of the mirror in your mother's bedroom, in the dark, and you are glowing. Not brightly, a green-white shimmer along your hairline, on your fingertips, in the creases of your knuckles. When you breathe on the glass, it fogs faintly luminous. You are 19 years old, and you think this is the most beautiful thing that has ever happened to you. Every girl on 3rd Street wishes she had your job. You do not yet know that the glow is the thing that is killing you. It will take 6 years, a courtroom, and the deaths of your friends for anyone to admit it out loud. Let us go back to the morning. It is 1917. You live in Orange, New Jersey, and you walk to work down Alden Street to a 4-story brick building that belongs to the United States Radium Corporation. Inside, on the 2nd floor, 200 girls sit at long wooden tables by the windows. And the work is this. You paint the numbers on watch dials so that soldiers in the trenches in France can read the time in the dark. The paint is called undark. It is radium mixed with zinc sulfide and gum, and it is the future. You are given a small porcelain dish of it and a brush of fine camel hair, thinner than a sewing needle. The brush splays after a few strokes. To bring it back to a point, you do what the instructress taught you on your first day. You put it between your lips, you turn it, you draw it out sharp. Lip, dip, paint, lip, dip, paint. You will do this 200 times an hour, 8, 9, 10,000 times a day. You are paid a penny and a half per dial, and on a good week, you bring home more than your father does at the ironworks. You are 17, 18, 19, and you are the best paid working girls in the state of New Jersey, and the foreman tells you so. You're the luckiest girls in Orange, he says, walking the rows. Lucky girls. The radium's good for you, puts the roses in your cheeks. You believe him, and why would you not? The newspapers are full of it. Radium tonics for the tired, radium water for the rich, radium suppositories, radium face cream, radium chocolate. Madame Curie won the Nobel Prize for it, and they say she keeps a vial of it by her bed because the glow helps her sleep. A gram of radium costs more than a house, and here it is in a dish, on your tongue, for a penny and a half a dial. You taste it all day. It is not unpleasant. A faint sweetness, a grit between the teeth. By spring, you and the other girls have a game. On Saturday nights before the dance, you paint your fingernails with it. You paint your teeth. Mollie Maggia, who sits 2 tables over, paints a thin line down the part of her hair and another along her bottom lip and grins at you in the dark, all teeth glowing. And you go to the dance hall and you turn off in the dark corners and you laugh because you are luminous, all of you, glowing like a row of saints, and the boys cannot stop looking. Lip, dip, paint. You are so lucky. The first one to get sick is Mollie Maggia. It begins, of all things, with a toothache. Late in 1921, the dentist pulls the bad tooth and the socket will not close. He pulls the one beside it. That socket will not close either. Her gums turn to sponge. When the dentist reaches in to clean the wound in the spring of 1922, the bone of her lower jaw comes away in his fingers, not broken, not cut, simply lifted out, like something already separate from her. Then the other side. Mollie Maggia dies in September 1922. She is 24. On her death certificate, the doctor writes, as the cause of death, syphilis. You knew Mollie. She sat 2 tables over. She was not syphilitic. She was a dial painter. But you are 21 years old, and the word the company doctor uses is a word that makes people look away. And so people look away. That winter, your own jaw begins to ache. You tell yourself it is the cold. You tell yourself it is a bad tooth, the way Mollie had a bad tooth, and then you make yourself stop thinking about Mollie. You keep working. The wage is the whole point of the wage. You cannot afford a week without it. Lip, dip, paint. But now when you draw the brush from your lips, you are aware of your own jaw in a way you never used to be. The way you become aware of a stair only after you have fallen on it. You start to notice things you had not let yourself notice. You notice that the chemists upstairs, the ones who handle the raw radium, they work behind lead screens. They use ivory-tipped tongs. They wear lead aprons, and when they carry the radium, they carry it in lead-lined boxes. And one of them, you have heard, keeps his samples locked in a safe at night as if it were money, which it is. The men are protected from the thing that is good for you. No one ever gave you an apron. They gave you a brush, and they told you to put it in your mouth. By 1924, there are too many sick girls to be a coincidence, and the company knows it. So the company acts. It brings in doctors. You are summoned with the others to be examined. Proper doctors, the company says, the finest, here to put your minds at rest. They take your blood. They take X-rays. They have you breathe into apparatus. They are gentle, and they are thorough, and at the end of it, the specialist, a Dr. Flynn, sits across a desk from you in a clean office that smells of carbolic and tells you that you are perfectly healthy, that there is nothing wrong with you that a tonic won't fix. That radium, in the quantities you handle, is harmless. He is not, you will learn much later, a medical doctor at all. He is paid by the company. The results of those examinations, the ones that showed your blood was wrong, your bones were wrong, are gathered up and filed and not shown to you, and a different set of results is published, and the different results say that the girls of Orange are well. You sign the paper that says you are well. You go back to work. What else is there to do? In the autumn, you go to a funeral. It is for Hazel, who sat by the third window, who could not lift her arm at the end, whose leg had shortened by 4 inches as the bone dissolved inside it, so that she walked tilted, like a listing ship. You stand at the back of the church. There are other girls there, the ones still walking, and none of you say the word, but you all know now. You can see it in each other. You have started, the lot of you, to watch each other's jaws. This is the lowest place. You are 23. You are told you are healthy by men in clean offices, and you are watching your friends come apart at the seams, and the easiest thing in the world, the thing that costs nothing today, is to keep your head down and keep painting and be grateful for the wage and let it happen to you quietly. The way it is happening to everyone, the way the company is so very certain it is not happening at all. You could do that. Most people in most centuries do exactly that. Grace Fryer does not do that. Grace painted dials beside you. Now her spine is collapsing, and she wears a steel back brace to hold herself upright, and when her teeth came out, hers came out the same way Mollie's did. And Grace decides, somewhere in 1925, that someone is going to answer for it. It takes her 2 years simply to find a lawyer who will take the case, because to sue the United States Radium Corporation is to be called hysterical, ungrateful, a gold digger, a girl who got what girls get and now wants money for it. Lawyer after lawyer says no. Finally, a young attorney named Raymond Berry says yes. And there is a doctor now too, a real one, the county medical examiner, Harrison Martland. And he has built tests the company never counted on. He has the women breathe onto photographic film in the dark, and the film fogs. He measures the radioactivity coming off their bodies. Their bones, he finds, have been storing radium the way bone stores calcium, because to the body radium and calcium look the same, and so you have been building it, atom by atom, into your own skeleton, where it sits and shines and burns you from the inside 24 hours a day. For the rest of a life it is busily shortening. He proves what the company buried. The dead girls, when they are exhumed, still glow on the film. Mollie Maggia, 3 years in the ground, fogs the plate. There are 5 of you who put your names to the suit. The newspapers find a phrase for you. They call you the living dead. They call you the doomed women, the 5 women who will die, and they print how long the doctors have given each of you. Months, in some cases, beside your photographs, the way they would print odds on a horse. You join the suit, knowing you may not live to hear the verdict. When you are brought into the room to give your testimony, you cannot raise your right hand to take the oath. The radium has eaten the bones of your arm, and you cannot lift it past your shoulder. Someone has to raise it for you. You swear to tell the truth, holding your own ruined arm up with the other hand, in front of the men who told you that you were lucky. In June of 1928, the company settles. Each of you is to receive $10,000 and $600 a year for as long as you live, and your medical bills paid, by men who, to the end, admit nothing. It is not justice. It is the price of your silence, paid late, to women who in some cases have only a year or two left to spend it. But it is the first time in this country that a worker has made a company pay for the disease the work gave her. It is the crack in a door that does not close again. Because of you, the law begins to change. Because of you, occupational disease becomes a thing an employer can be held to answer for. And because of you, when the men of the Manhattan Project come, 20 years on, to handle a far more terrible kind of radium, it is your bones, your charts, your fogged film, your measured, betrayed bodies that tell them how much a human being can take before it is too much. You set the limit. Your dying drew the line that kept the next ones alive. It is night again, and you are standing in front of the mirror in the dark, the way you did when you were 19, and you are still glowing. You will glow in your coffin. 100 years from now, if anyone opens the ground where you are buried, the instruments will still find you. Faint and patient and green, the radium keeping its slow appointment with your bones long after your name is forgotten. You were the luckiest girls in orange. The foreman said so, walking the rows. Lucky girls, the radium's good for you. You believed him, lip, dip, paint. The women were real, Mollie Maggia, Grace Fryer, Katherine Schaub, Quinta and Albina Maggia, and the dial painters of Orange, New Jersey, and later Ottawa, Illinois. Some lived only months past the verdict. The standards their suffering helped write still govern how the world handles radiation today.